Hello there. The weather in the central Mediterranean has been particularly unsettled over the past few weeks, with low pressure bringing heavy downpours and gusty winds. More of the same to come. You can see this system here coming off North Africa. That's brought heavy rain to parts of Algeria and Tunisia. During Friday, it pushes its way northwards. So that area of low pressure brings heavy downpours to southern Italy, also Sardinia, Corsica, onto coastal Croatia as well, with some strong gusty winds and further heavy showers. For Greece and for much of Turkey, though, the weather is remaining quieter, so an improvement, largely dry and settled here. There's that heavy rain through the central Mediterranean, but for the Balearics and into Spain and Portugal, another warm and dry day on offer. Temperatures in Lisbon are very pleasant at 30 degrees. It will turn a little bit cooler across Portugal and Spain at times next week, but much of France having a largely dry, settled day. For the UK, a weather front pushes its way south and it's looking quite windy for much of Scandinavia. Now fast forward to Saturday, and that front across the UK will be bringing some heavy rain in the south. That'll push into northern France as well. We've still got some heavy showers across parts of Italy, into the Balkans as well. Now here's the outlook over the next 5 days or so. Some showery rain in London and Paris through the weekend, but then warming up on into next week. Madrid, not as warm as it has been, but things should stay dry, and a few showers at times in Rome. Moscow also having a bit of a showery spell of weather, but it should be dry and sunny in Athens. Bye for now. Hello there. Some very cold weather has been affecting much of Canada. In fact, we've had record-breaking amounts of snow in some areas, including Calgary, 38 centimetres of snow. That's a record for an October day. Meanwhile, we've got that cold air then piling in from the north, much milder air towards the southeastern states, and the dividing line between these two air masses is this frontal system here, which will be bringing some heavy rain up towards the northeastern states, and also some strong winds, heavy rain and snow in towards parts of Canada, including Quebec, on into Labrador and Nova Scotia too. Things will dry up though for central Canada. Some heavy showers across the Rockies, all down to the remnants of the ex-tropical storm Rosa. Now we've got some rain and hill snow pushing into parts of Alaska. Much of British Columbia keeps a largely dry weather with some sunshine for coastal parts of Washington State and Oregon too. There are those heavy showers pushing into northern parts of California. Here's the outlook over the next few days then. Vancouver, Seattle, San Francisco and LA looking mostly dry. Could be some rain at times though for Seattle, I think particularly on Friday. Now we're into all that warm air for some of these Gulf states, including Florida, up towards Georgia, the Carolinas as well. Dry, sunny and warm here. But pushing further north, there we are into that heavy rainfall, which will be affecting New York State, pushing up towards Quebec, Labrador and Nova Scotia. Over the next few days then, New York will see some dry weather continuing. Still very warm in Atlanta. Bye-bye. Hello, thanks for joining me for this look at the weather across Central America and South America too. We'll start with a satellite image across South America. It shows this zone of cloud across southern parts of Brazil, up towards Ecuador, Peru as well. We'll continue to see some heavy showers through this zone here, but to the north of that through many central and eastern parts of Brazil, and even further north towards Suriname, Guyana and French Guiana, the weather here is looking pretty dry and warm too. Contrast that dry weather to a little bit further west, where we're seeing plenty of heavy downpours for parts of Venezuela, Colombia, into Ecuador and Peru as well. Could see a few of those showers affecting Rio de Janeiro for a time on Thursday, but further south down towards Uruguay and northern Argentina, the weather is looking largely dry, and across the north of Argentina, it's pretty warm for the time of year too. Further south, cooler and more unsettled as we would expect. Now in Rio de Janeiro, we'll continue to see some showery rain over the next 5 days or so at times. Buenos Aires, mostly dry and warm, certainly for the next few days. Now, northern Mexico looking largely dry, but for the south of Mexico, some heavy showers. Across much of Central America, we are seeing some heavy rain, particularly down towards Costa Rica. That rainfall could bring some flooding impacts. And across the Caribbean too, quite an active spell of showery weather and thunderstorms in store for the next few days. Here's the outlook then. Lots of showers for Havana, Kingston, San Salvador and at times for San Jose. Bye-bye. Hello there. The very active typhoon season in the Western Pacific continues. We've got another large typhoon. You can see here on the satellite image, Kongray, which is heading its way northwards. We're keeping a close eye on the progress of that huge typhoon. It is likely to bring some pretty disruptive weather later on in the week. It's heading through the Ryukyu Islands and then during Friday moving very close to South Korea. Potentially it could move right across South Korea, possibly up the Korean Strait and into the Sea of Japan. Nonetheless, it'll bring big waves, very heavy rainfall and damaging winds as well. Moving further south away from that typhoon, a quieter spell of weather for Hong Kong with temperatures in the mid-20s. Plenty of heavy showers for southern Thailand, southern parts of Vietnam, into Sumatra as well. Here's the outlook for the next 5 days or so, and Beijing does look to be staying dry and settled. But in Seoul, we may well see some very heavy rain, some destructive winds, courtesy of that large typhoon. Now, across Australia, there's a bit of rain for southern parts of Western Australia and also some showery rain for southern Queensland into New South Wales as well. Just 17 degrees in Sydney, a bit of a disappointing day on Friday. Meanwhile, both islands of New Zealand seeing a bit of a respite, mostly dry, perhaps 1 or 2 showers through central parts of the South Island. But in Auckland, temperatures reach around 19 degrees or so. Here's the outlook then, and in Sydney, we'll stay with a fairly unsettled and rather cool theme, but it should be mostly dry and bright in Wellington. Bye for now. Hello there. Some very heavy rainfall is likely to impact southern parts of India over the next few days. With low pressure sitting in the Arabian Sea, it's spilling in all this cloud you can see on the satellite image. There's already been a lot of heavy rain through parts of Tamil Nadu into Kerala as well. This is the region most prone to seeing the heaviest of the downpours. Also for Mali and up towards Sri Lanka too, we're set to see some of that heavy, persistent rain through Friday and on into the weekend, before the rain then slowly clears towards the northeast of India as we look through the weekend and on into next week. But there could be 100 millimetres of rain, could be causing some flooding issues. Now, moving our way further northwest, it's another hot day for parts of Turkmenistan and Kazakhstan, but much colder air is going to sweep right across the region, coming in from the north as we look through the course of the weekend. So a final warm day before a real dip in those temperatures here. Meanwhile, lots of sunshine across southern Pakistan into northern India, but then move further south and we're back into those heavy torrential downpours and thunderstorms for southern parts of India. Kerala, Tamil Nadu in particular. Further north, a drier spell of weather up towards West Bengal, a few showers into Assam. Here's the outlook over the next 5 days or so. Dhaka remains sunny and dry, but plenty more of those heavy showers and thunderstorms in store for Colombo. Meanwhile, look at that dip in temperature in Tashkent. 30 degrees on Saturday, just 16 by Sunday with the arrival of some rain. Bye for now. Hello there. There's been some fairly wintry weather across parts of South Africa with recent snow over the higher ground, but things are set to warm up in South Africa over the next few days. Meanwhile, the other end of the continent, we've had heavy rain down to low pressure that's been sitting across parts of Algeria and Tunisia too. That system is now clearing to the north, pushing into the Mediterranean, so an improvement in the weather across this part of North Africa. Meanwhile, through the equatorial region, still plenty of showers, particularly around the Gulf of Guinea, but they're not quite as heavy and persistent as the showers that we often see this time of year. So down towards South Africa, that dry and warm weather is set to continue. In Cape Town, things are looking pretty warm, nearly 30 degrees over the next few days or so. Plenty of sunny spells in Dakar and also for Nairobi as well. Now in Tunis, lots of sunshine, dry conditions set to continue. In Casablanca, could be 1 or 2 showers as we look ahead towards next week. Now onto the weather across the Middle East, which is looking generally dry and settled too. We have had some pretty high temperatures across Iraq. They'll just be easing a little bit, so not quite as hot as it has been. Some just breezy conditions developing across the Gulf at times, but we shouldn't see anything in terms of reduced visibility. Now, across the region then, that dry and settled theme continues through Friday and in fact on into the weekend too, with lots of warm, hazy sunshine. You'll notice those temperatures in Muscat not quite as hot though as they have been. Bye-bye.